Ever feel overwhelmed by choices? Like standing in a grocery store aisle facing a wall of jams, each promising a unique taste experience, but leaving you frozen, unable to pick just one. That's decision paralysis. It's the feeling of being stuck, unable to make a decision, even a simple one, because there are too many options. It's not about laziness. It's about being overloaded. Our brains aren't designed to handle an infinite number of choices efficiently. Think about ordering food online. Hundreds of restaurants, thousands of dishes. It can be exhausting just browsing. You might spend hours agonizing over your choice and ultimately end up ordering something you don't even particularly want, simply to end the decision-making process. This is a common experience. We all face it at different times in different contexts. The problem isn't just about wasting time. Decision paralysis has a real cost. The stress of making even small decisions can lead to anxiety and frustration. This can impact our mental health, causing irritability and difficulty concentrating on other tasks. Imagine this stress building throughout the day, choosing what to wear, what to eat for lunch, what route to take to work. It adds up. Decision fatigue is a very real phenomenon. Our mental resources are limited, just like the energy in our bodies. Each decision, even a small one, uses up some of those resources. The more decisions we have to make, especially difficult ones, the more depleted we become. By the end of the day, we might find ourselves completely drained of energy and motivation, even for seemingly easy tasks. This can affect our productivity. When we're struggling to make decisions, we tend to delay, procrastinate, or avoid them entirely. This procrastination spills over into other aspects of our lives. Projects remain unfinished, goals unmet, and opportunities lost. Missed deadlines and increased stress at work are just some of the negative consequences. So how do we overcome decision paralysis? One helpful strategy is to limit choices. Instead of browsing endless online menus, perhaps pre-select a few restaurants you enjoy, or prepare your lunches ahead of time. By reducing the number of options, you reduce the mental burden of decision-making. It makes choices simpler. Another useful tactic is to set time limits for decisions. Give yourself a maximum of 5 minutes to choose a restaurant or an outfit. This prevents you from getting bogged down in endless deliberations. It's about accepting a good enough option instead of striving for perfection. Often, the difference between a good choice and a perfect choice is negligible. Prioritization is key. Identify the most important decisions and tackle those first. Smaller decisions can be made later or even delegated. Learning to delegate tasks is a skill that can ease your burden considerably. You don't have to do everything yourself. Sometimes, the problem isn't too many choices, but a lack of clear criteria for making a choice. Take job hunting, for example. If you don't have a clear idea of what you're looking for in a job, salary expectations, desired work environment, career goals, then comparing different job offers can become incredibly difficult. Define your priorities and make the decision process more efficient. Finally, remember to be kind to yourself. Decision paralysis is a common experience, and it's okay to struggle sometimes. Don't beat yourself up over it. Acknowledge your feelings and actively try to implement some of the strategies we've discussed. It's a process, and with practice, you can learn to navigate the complexities of choice more effectively. Making good decisions is a skill, like any other. It requires practice, self-awareness, and a willingness to experiment with different strategies. With a little effort, you can break free from decision paralysis and reclaim your mental energy and focus. This will improve your overall well-being and ability to achieve your goals. Remember, it's okay to make imperfect decisions. It's far better than making no decision at all. Learn to trust your gut instinct, and don't be afraid to move forward, even with slightly imperfect decisions, because you can always make adjustments later. Consider the bigger picture. How will this decision impact your life in the long run? This can help put smaller decisions into perspective. Often, the stress we feel over minor choices is disproportionate to their actual impact on our lives. Try to develop a balanced perspective. Prioritize what truly matters to you, and don't sweat the small stuff. This simple shift in perspective can make a huge difference in reducing stress related to decision-making. It's about learning to manage the volume of choices, not eliminating them entirely. A world without choices would be bleak, but a world where every decision feels like a monumental task is equally undesirable. The goal is to find the balance, to be decisive without being overwhelmed, to make choices confidently and without undue stress. And remember, there's no perfect decision, only the best decision you can make at the time, given the information you have. So, breathe, choose, and move on. You've got this.